from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, I'm full of water. I stay hot tub, stay very hot. Stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub, rubber dub in the hot tub, rubber dub with me. Sing in the hot tub. Yeah. Will you make me sweat? Yeah. Sing in the hot tub. Yeah. Will you make me wet? Yeah. Well.
So this is how John is going to keep me in camera frame. If I lean back, it might snatch my head off with this cable.
It did snatch my head off Monday.
You heard it Monday. We were like,
we don't have cables. We have leashes in here, folks.
Yeah. And welcome, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Great show lined up for you today. Mark McLeod, 8:30. Then we'll have Dr. Ward, 7:30. And state championship coach Jeremy Brown that's got the Bay High School football team rolling. Looks like they're going to be district champ. Well, I don't want to put a jinx on, but it looks really good for them right now. As a matter of fact, we might have at least three teams in the state playoffs. It could be Rutherford as district champ, Bay, and Mosley. We might have three. We ain't had that for years, Glenn.
I know it. I guess since Mosley, Rutherford, and Bay were all just the only three schools around in that.
It's been a while. It's been a while, so that's a good thing. We got something going on. Saturday night, we all know FSU, Miami are going to be playing in a huge football game. And Florida State's quarterback back at it. He's back saying things maybe he shouldn't say. But you know what? It worked out when he did it for Alabama. So hopefully it'll work out for him for Miami. I think it will. The party starts. We're going to have our truck down there, our van, ESPN van, down at the Long Star Boyle House this Saturday. We kick it off around 6 o'clock. The kickoff of the game is at 6:30. Get in there about 6 o'clock. We're going to have all kinds of stuff for you. ESPN 104.3. I really like the owner down there. I cannot remember his. I apologize. I don't remember his name. He came on our show one or two times. Great guy. They do a good job down there. It's going to be outstanding. It doesn't matter if you're a Miami fan, FSU fan. Glenn will have his gun on him, so be careful if you are a Miami fan.
So who needs game day? We're going to be down at Lone Star.
That's where you go.
Yeah, so go down there and have a good time with that. Wildcat, what's going on with you? You feeling okay?
Yeah, everything's running just fine, and we got some phone calls already. And
we got one now?
We'll do that.
Let's do it.
Well, let me answer it first.
Oh, no, no, that would work. That would work.
Well,
Nick Saban was in Birmingham.
Yeah,
man, I tell you what, 2 days. Now, I've been great for the last couple of years about these donuts. Yesterday, Patrick brought them in. They were hot and good. Glenn brought in. These are incredible. Don't mention the name, but they're incredible.
I won't. They're across the street from Bay High CC, but that's all right.
They're just dandy.
Dandy donuts.
They're good. I'll tell you what. I
haven't gotten one yet.
Oh, you might not get one.
Usually they come in here first.
You got a call?
Yeah.
Let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning, Nashville Mafia. How y'all doing?
Couldn't be better, man. Couldn't be better.
Yeah, and the Montgomery Mafia, too, you know.
Montgomery's a lot tougher, I'm telling you.
You're wrong. I've been in both places. Trust me. Cab holler to a hog waller out in South Nashville. You ain't got nothing in Montgomery that compare to that.
Boy.
I'll tell you, you can't walk through Glenn Manley's neighborhood. I know I got ran out of Cleveland Park back in 74, Glenn. Did you believe that?
That's why Glenn's so mean. He learned to be mean there.
I just come back.
I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you that story real quick. I know it's provincial, but I was related to a dude who was playing in a Gilbert League ball game down there at the baseball field. And me and a great prospect out of Louisville, a quarterback prospect, decided we're going to go get us a soda because the concession stand was closed. Now, if the concession stand is closed, that is a tip-off that you're in a bad neighborhood. So we start walking toward Dickerson Road, as we called it back then, Pike. And we rolled up on Cleveland Park Community Center, and we heard those famous words, "Hey, boy, aren't you in the wrong part of the town?" And we knew right away we were. Well, fortunately, we were both good 40-yard dash guys, and we got out of there. Now, I don't want to talk about that. That's a long time ago. What I want to talk about is, can Florida State beat Miami?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they can.
I think so too. They can, but will they?
That's true.
I got a feeling they're going
Yeah.
to.
It depends on which ACC crew we have.
Yeah, that is important.
Oh, you sound like you sound. What's
Listen.
his name that does the radio? Mo what? I don't wonder. Whatever.
Let me tell you
He's
what.
gonna
The
tell me, Glenn.
ACC officials are the second best group in the whole world, but everybody else is tied for first. That's all I can do.
That was a touchdown, by the way.
Always
Yeah.
creating
Touchdown. It was a
chaos.
touchdown.
Always creating chaos.
Oh, that sounds great, man. I mean, it is great, though, that Florida State and Miami are the focal point of the college universe this week.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Well,
It is great.
ESPN.
You know,
Whoa,
they-
whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's
Mercy.
game day at? Where's game day at?
They at Vanderbilt, Alabama?
That's the game of the year.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's going to be a beatdown because y'all are going to
No,
y'all
I
are going
don't
to
know
get
about
back.
that. I don't know about that.
I heard about that anyway. Well, Southern Miss, who they play this week?
I don't even know. They won last week.
Man, you are such a bad
42 to 30
alumnus.
something. I am. I've gotten
Yeah.
bad.
Natchez
You know what?
Springs.
Hey, Mike. Mike, let me ask you something. Now,
Okay, ask it.
this is how I don't get ESPN. They're going
I
game
don't
day
either.
in Tuscaloosa, but where the main game that ABC controls
Yep.
is FSU Miami, and
Right.
they're sending the game day to
Well,
Tuscaloosa.
I think Herb Street and his
no,
dog.
he's going to be covering the game.
Herb Street and his dog didn't feel well going down there.
Boy,
They're
I
gonna
tell you
be
what,
there.
his dog's taking a lot of abuse there, Glenn. I tell you, I don't like that.
No, he's
that's,
calling
That's
the game.
anti-animal. You know, that's
no, I'm anti-Herb Street.
Yeah, they wanted
Well,
to
Herb
minimize.
Street, I think he played for Ohio State
He-
in my recollection.
Yeah, he
but
did.
yet he's become
Yeah,
he's
he did.
become he's a SEC whatever you want to call hand puppet. He's kind of like what's the little bald dude's name that went to Florida? Went to Tennessee and he's become an Alabama tick.
Yeah.
A fine
Paul
ball.
Feinbaum.
That's Senator Feinbaum.
No, God, no.
Senator
No,
Feinbaum.
well, of what state?
He graduated from
What state?
Tennessee, so you know he's get pretty smart.
God.
Right. He went to Tennessee Law School too, which it's kind of incestuous. But what state are you talking about? I mean, are you talking about two Jewish guys running against each other for Alabama?
Amen, baby. Amen.
No, man.
Everybody's welcome.
I think
Everybody's
the basketball
welcome.
coach will win that.
The only thing about
He's
that,
not running.
No, look. The
Hold
only,
up, let Brian talk.
I was going to say.
Shut up, let Brian talk.
The only thing about Feinbaum in the Senate that makes sense is why not at the world's biggest carnival send the world's greatest carnival barker?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's
I
the
think
only
he's a perfect
thing that makes
fit.
sense.
I think he fits perfect.
Brian, do you remember when Feinbaum had an afro and he was a
Yes.
big deal in Birmingham?
We used to call
He
him
was awesome back
Slime
then.
Bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was
you know what?
terrible.
He didn't kiss butt at Auburn the way he did at Alabama later. Anyway, I didn't call to talk ugly about people. I just wanted to say I'm grateful for you guys, and I'm grateful for Glenn Manley, and I'm grateful for Brian Haydad, who did not put a cucumber in his Speedo. He only used okra.
Well, I didn't hear this story. I must have been out that day. Brian, were you accused of
telling
that?
you.
I
Let me ask
can
you,
neither
Brian.
confirm nor deny.
Let me ask you something, Haydad.
Yes, sir.
Of course, isn't this the Mississippi State versus Texas A&M week?
It is.
Blackout.
That's tough. That's tough. Blackout. How about red out? Anyway,
No. They're having can you believe that for Mississippi State having a blackout? They're scared of Mississippi State.
I'm a little worried it clock might have struck midnight on Cinderella.
yeah, let me ask you this, Brian. Hey, Brian.
Where's Ethan Boyd when we need him?
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about Ethan kind of around the back.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
ask you something, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Who had better looking women, Sequoia, Seven Hills, or Wildwood?
Ooh.
Tough, isn't it?
Probably Wildwood when I was there.
I think so
it's
too.
close, yeah.
My cousin was over there sunbathing, but I like swimming sun. They didn't. They were trying to climb the. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Over in West Nashville. Anyway, I love you guys, and I just think it's great that the Vols will not lose the weekend. I got to tell you something. I shook Brian.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I shook George McIntyre's hand this weekend.
Did you?
It's huge.
Yeah, Yeah.
And I don't know if he'll ever start for Tennessee, but he's going to be drafted in the NFL.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
You heard it here
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. I was at his grandmama's funeral, who happens to be my aunt. I don't mean to drop my names, but in that room at Harpeth Hills Church of Christ were two players from the Atlantic Sun in baseball who knew Chesley Colbert. One of them did, and then there was the mother of a SEC player and the mother of a Big Ten and SEC player, and of course Big George. And many others, a great, the leading scorer in college basketball history. Now, and these are white people I'm talking about. So y'all have a great weekend. It don't matter if you got a little black in the family either. I love that. And hey, Belichick, he's going to get it handed to him by the Pelham Panther.
Dabo.
You know what I'm talking about,
right.
Dabo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really care about ACC ball, but it's all I got to listen to over here. I do care about FSU. Go Noles. Oh. I love you guys. Bye.
Hey, Mikey.
So
That was fun.
it was.
You never know where you're going on that call. Just hang on for the ride.
Oh, I know where I'm heading out. I'm going to head out to that Cajun place. Are you going to be there Saturday?
I'm not sure yet.
We had a blast last weekend. We went there. The early game was Notre Dame destroy Arkansas. We were also Bill and Sue Solomon were with us. He is his former superintendent in the great state of Missouri. Great guy, great family, and big FSU fans. You know, his son wanted to get. They lived in Missouri, but his son wanted to go to FSU. Of all places, FSU. So they did. They became big FSU fans and Missouri Tiger fans also. But we had a blast down there. You can't beat this now. You can't beat this. 50-cent wings when the games start. Thursday games, Monday Night Football, Saturday and Sunday. That's when they do it. $5 pitchers, 50-cent wings. You can't beat it anywhere. 27-plus TVs. When you walk in there, you can get in there and watch game day. They open up at 10 for brunch on Saturdays. And then on Sundays, they have the North Shore Jazz Band, which is incredible. They play from 10 to 12, and then it starts. If you got a Saints shirt on, the Saints happen to score a touchdown when you're there. Good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that.
You wear your Saints bag.
They're saving a lot of money on the bar tabs this year. Get up there, ask for a free Jell-O shot, you'll get it. But now LSU's offense has struggled too. They're not scoring like we thought. When LSU's playing, wear your LSU shirt, go up there and ask for a free Jell-O shot when they score. But it's really neat going there. We saw we saw Wisconsin, Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, FSU, Miami, all these different shirts in there. This is a place to be every Saturday, college football, Sundays, NFL package. We're talking about that Cajun place, man. It's incredible. Glenn, you got to go there and meet me down there when we go. We're having a good time.
That's good.
Also, wait a minute.
He left out.
Am I going too early?
Yeah, you are, but that's okay.
No, you're on time.
Okay.
It just seems like it's too early.
I know.
to
I'm
do.
like, what the heck?
Yeah,
I think it's this dang donuts.
Mike left out settle court. The police don't even go and settle
That's
court.
right.
Yeah. Anyway, where am I? And we're talking about another great place. Are you looking for jewelry? There's only one place to go visit. I love Russ and Amber. They're good people, man. Really good people. They'll deal with you. They got great prices. They don't try to take every penny out of your pocket. If you got something that's broke, a piece of jewelry, they'll go and fix it right there in-house. They don't ship it off for 6 weeks. They get it done right there in Lynn Haven. Russ and Amber, well, how many more days we got to Christmas?
86, I think, days till Christmas.
Lynn, I got you something
David
special this
Adamson
year.
Designer Jewelry. You got plenty of time to design it, have it created, and have it gift wrapped and ready to go. So go check them out. 830 Highway 77, Lynn Haven. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
And today is the day we've been waiting for. You live on Panama City Beach, you live for it. Not only do you go there for lunch, a lot of people go there for twice a day because they only have it on the menu on Wednesday. The world-famous J. Michael Spaghetti. Oh, my goodness, I can't believe it. I can't wait.
It's
We'll be
best
there about
day.
11 o'clock. And then at night, I'm sure I'll be going to get some for my family. Go check it out, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Guess who showed up yesterday? Guess who showed up Monday, Brian? You're not going to get this. It's been over a year.
Monday. Oh, no. Phil?
Yes.
Phil, yeah.
Wow.
Phil showed up. Not only that, I get a phone call. Ed asked me to meet him there Tuesday. I go meet Ed there. Ed's has some heart situations. His dog just died. Going through some rough time right now. But we had a great time there yesterday. And, of course, everybody will probably be there today. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Now, you live in Lynn Haven. Today's special is where you want to go in Lynn Haven. Pat Perno, the city commissioner over there, is incredible. They've got 10 wings inside for $9.99. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Now, another thing about Pat, who does a great job, they'll call and say, hey, Pat, we got a big party at the house tonight. I might need 50 wings. I might need 100. He goes, just tell me the number. We'll have them ready for you when you want to pick them up. They'll do that. But I advise you to go to Beef O'Brady's at Lynn Haven, to go inside and have a great time. All you Mosley Dolphins, go down there and have yourself a pregame meal. Have a wonderful time. I got to take Loreline and Layton over there and Johnny. That's just a great place. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. We'll be right back. We got Dr. Eugene Glenn Manley. We got Ron Had. And we also have the one and only Wildcat. Be right back to state championship coach Jeremy Brown.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
The problem is execution. He's not developing the players Monday through Friday. He gets up there on the podium and says all these great things. Everybody knows Billy's a great guy, and I agree he is. But he's not a head coach for the SEC. He's way in over his head.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a gentle breeze out of the northeast, mostly sunshine and 86. Clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 72. Tomorrow, sunny and a moderate breeze right around 15 miles per hour with a high of 85. About the same at 83 Friday, and we'll have some sun. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida, Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida.
Experience a higher level of service. David Adamson Designer Jewelry has been providing you the very best of fine jewelry and repair in Lynn Haven for over 32 years. David has added Amber Anderson and Russ Clare, names you've known and trusted in PCB for years with your fine jewelry and watch needs. Find that one-of-a-kind engagement ring, that special anniversary gift, or something colorful just for you. Amber and Russ will find it or build it for you. Serving Bay County and beyond in Lynn Haven at the corner of Ohio Avenue and 9th. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
His biggest fear about the zombie apocalypse is all the walking. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's Wednesday. It's Manly Day, and that means it's Bay Day. Bay Day. And I tell you what, Bay High School is knocking out of the ballpark this year in high school football. They got a state championship coach over there, knows what he's doing. He's built that up into a power. Matter of fact, he did the same thing at Mosley. Let's bring him on now, the one and only Jeremy Brown. Coach Brown, congratulations. Big win. You guys are playing hard. You got it rolling over there. How are you doing today?
I'm good, guys. How y'all doing this morning?
Wonderful, wonderful. After that serenade from Mike, we're okay.
All right, talk about it. Give us some names. Those guys want to hear their names, and they deserve to have their names mentioned.
Yeah, I think Friday night, or last Thursday night rather, I thought offensively, I really thought I thought MJ and TJ ran the ball well. We ran it enough early to kind of keep Pensacola High honest, and we put some shots over the top. Amari Johnson had a really good game again. Javar Bowden had a really good game. I mean, those guys are continuing to get better every week, and they're playing well. Zay's doing a really good job of managing the managing the game, and then late in the game, kind of close the game out, and kind of trying to find different ways to close games out every week. We got John DeVos in, and he had like 4 10-yard runs, and then do a really nice out route to JT in the end zone for a touchdown. So just offensively, just kind of a team effort. The offensive line didn't play great. We've got to continue to get better there. They played good enough. And defensively, we felt like our 2 defensive ends, Hayden Garrett and TJ Davis, man, they just really just caused havoc the whole night. I was telling Danji after the game, when you've got 2 guys like that, you can play a little more man and put some pressure on people out wide when you can get pressure with that front 4, and those 2 guys do a great job of that. And then obviously special teams was big for us again. We blocked the punt and returned the kickoff for a touchdown. So all 3 phases were seem to be getting better each week.
Yeah, I thought, one of the things is that's the second team, though, started the game with an onside kick. And so I think some people down the line may try that on you, so you got to kind of be a little heads up on that.
Yeah, we, Coach, we worked on it last week, you know what I mean? We knew they didn't have anything to lose. And, it's one of those things this week during the open week, we're going to spend a little more time on it, doing it, quasi live, just so the guys understand you tell kids, hey, if it's a slow roller, get on, and if it's moving fast, so they get to the second line. And I think they just kind of froze because they hadn't seen it, but that's definitely something we got to get better at.
Right, and you got a player that goes on both sides of the field. Offense and defense is only a sophomore, so he kind of takes after his dad. So DJ.
Yeah, man, he's doing a great job in our little. We've got a couple of different punt formations that we use, and really try to use the different ones at different parts of the field. And he's doing a great job of directional punting and pinning people deep. And then Noah's doing a great job, kicking off and even punting some and kicking extra points. So we've got some different things we can do there to throw at people.
That's good. That's good. And I have no claim to any drawing up any of those, so I want to let you know. But I used to be wild with a pen myself. But, Coach, Brian's got
Well, I was going to say, Coach, obviously, you got a little bit of time this week and all, but how difficult is it, because you're still dealing with, developing young people, young athletes, you got to put in your packages for the game every week, but how difficult is it during the season to continue to work on skill development, and how do you approach that?
Yeah, this week is, getting this point of the year, having an off week is really good because, we got some guys that are, I wouldn't say hurt or injured, just banged up, just from your normal, bumps and bruises, this time of the year. So we're able to kind of lay off the contact a couple of days and get them, get their bodies rested up. But, I think, like you said, having a game plan, having an approach. We went back as coaches and broke down the field for Friday night, and we found we came together and we found 3 areas on offense and 3 areas on defense that we felt like at the end of this week we had to get better at. And so we're kind of taking those and building our practice plan off of those, so we kind of keep the kids in a normal routine at practice. That hey, this is what we're working on today. This is what we're putting in today. This is what we got to get better at today. Stuff like that. So we'll continue to the kids will continue to keep learning how to practice. I think that's been our biggest thing, is trying to get the kids to understand how to practice and why we do certain things. But this week you got a chance to kind of take a step back and not just not just coach it, but kind of explain to them, guys, this is the why. These are the 3 things we've been preaching on for the last 6 weeks, and we're not seeming to be getting better. But now we can explain the why. And we did that yesterday, and we feel like we had a really good Tuesday practice yesterday, and hopefully we can have another good one today.
Are you going to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and give them Friday off?
Yes, sir. We gave them Monday off. We're going to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
and then we'll give them Friday off, and then we'll come back Monday and get back in a normal schedule. Thankfully, we don't have any more Thursday night games, so next week, although we're on the road, it will be on Friday, so we don't lose that prep day.
Are you going to go over and watch West Florida and Gulf Breeze, or are you just going to take the huddle film?
Yeah, Coach, we'll just take the huddle film. Actually, my oldest son's in town. He's on leave from the Navy, and so me and him and JJ are actually going to go down to Orlando and spend the weekend with my oldest daughter and go to the UCF game and watch UCF and Kansas play this weekend.
Nice. Good deal. I just want to let you know I've also been blackberry picking, so
I appreciate that.
They ain't always been doing it.
I know there's a ferry running around. I've heard. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh Lord. I just found out something. I'll be taking a trip too. I just found that out. But anyway, at least you get to rest up and get ready for the rest of the year. Do you like that when you're winning like this? I'm sorry, Glenn might even ask you this, but you're doing when we were on a roll. I didn't want to have an open date. I wanted to keep going, but I know it's good to get some rest and stuff like that. But your personal opinion. How do you like that? When you're doing so well, do you want it to stop? Do you want to keep going, or does it matter?
Yeah, Coach. I mean, I think it's it's almost a catch-22. You know what I mean? You want to, as a coach, I sat back, Friday and was like, man, we're kind of on a roll. The kids are believing. We're kind of playing well, and you like to keep it rolling. But then when you start getting text messages on Saturday, man, Coach, my elbow, my knee, my back. Then you start saying, okay, well, it's a good thing. So, and I think it all just depends on how you approach it during the week. I think sometimes, I know early in my coaching career, you go on the open week and it was like, well, we got to hit every day and we got to keep doing this. Then you realize that's not good. And then you get to a point where you're like, you know what? We're going to give the kids 3 days off and let them rest and relax and recharge the batteries. Then you come back the next week sloppy. And so hopefully at this point in my career, I've kind of, with the coaches and the experience we have on our coaching staff, we figured out how to manage, how to manage the open week. And I think it depends on the kids. We've got some kids that have played quite a bit of football for us. So, like yesterday and today, being able to get out to practice and not necessarily put the pads on and bang, but go for an hour and a half and still get a ton of work done. You know what I mean? I think this time of the year, you want to keep your timing. You know what I mean? You want to stay sharp with your your DBs have to continue to, they got to cover every day. And so you can do that with shorts and helmets on. Defensively, got to learn how to line up, got to keep talking about alignment and their gap responsibility. You can do that. But then offensively, you know what I mean? Just offensive linemen just kind of getting back to the basics of their zone steps and their tracks and pass pro, their technique stuff. So a lot of stuff we can do that we're trying to, we went yesterday for about an hour and 20 minutes. And I mean, we got a ton of reps in a short period of time because it was that do it fast, not long kind of mentality to kind of keep them in not just game shape, but game mode, like transitioning from one drill to the next to keep them kind of tuned in mentally.
Yeah, I was listening to you talk. I was sitting there thinking, if I was in a position to hire anyone for a head coaching job, I guess I'm old school. You'd have to have a good resume. You'd have to have experience. I just wouldn't hire somebody first year as a head football coach because the things you just got through saying. You go through a period of time where you learn from your mistakes, and as you get somebody that's done it for a while, they don't make the same mistakes over. And you can wind up costing the game.
There's no doubt, Coach. And I told you guys before, I've been blessed throughout my coaching career to work for some really good head coaches. I worked with Coach Harden over at Rutherford. We're in the JV program for a few years. And then I went down to Venice and worked with Coach Coleman. And then Fred Gilmore, who I worked for at Booker, who was a phenomenal coach, learned a lot from him. He actually just passed away a couple of weeks ago. But just I was able to, I was an assistant coach for 14 years before I became a head coach. And so having that time to learn how to be a head coach is so important. And nowadays, so many guys want to, they want to walk straight from, getting their degree or off the,
amazing.
off of JV, and they just want to they expect to be a head coach. And it's just, I don't know that formula works. I think we see the same thing in education. We got so many people in leadership roles now and administrative roles throughout the country that have never spent time in the classroom, and it just doesn't seem like the formula works.
No, you talking to the choir, buddy. I agree with everything you just said.
And we got school board members that never been teachers, so
Yeah.
That could be an exciting thing coming up in January, so you never know.
You never know. All right, listen, Coach, we got to go. You gave yourself a nice break, and we will talk to you next week, okay?
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Have a great
sir.
week.
Appreciate you, man.
care, yep.
Appreciate you coming on. All right, let's talk about Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. No doubt about that. 2 great locations, Pier Park, 23rd Street. I tell you what, he does a great job. Can't wait to have him here Friday. He's done an unbelievable job in his college picks. He can help you. If you want an edge for your son or daughter in sports, everybody's trying to get that scholarship. It's very competitive. He can make it happen better and quicker. I guarantee you.
The best way to do is send them to the library, let them get there.
They can do that, too. Newbies, we got 4 wonderful locations. John and Charlotte always have given back to the community. Let's make sure we support them. One of Glenn's favorite.
Newbies on the bay.
Yeah, you sit there and watch the water, look at the stars, have a great time.
Or you can lay down and look up at the stars.
You do a lot of laying out here. But if you live in Panama City Beach, you want to go to Newbies 2 on the curb, watch all sporting events, then head on down to the mothership like you know you're going to do. Everybody winds down there on the weekends. Before the night's over, you're going to be there. Listen to the best bands in the Southeast every Friday, Saturday night. Tell Kathy and all the crew down there we said hello. The legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell, 26 years in Bay County. The guy is incredible. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN. He was one of the first doctors trained in robotic surgery. He is a legend. He is great.
Dr. Roboto.
The man, the myth, the legend, Chad Mitchell. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Coming up on October 31st, it's the Cal G Squires inaugural golf tournament benefiting the Angel House Bereavement Center, the only provider of clinical grief counseling in Bay County. Costumes are encouraged for this fun day at Bay Point. Prizes for a hole-in-one, longest drive, closest to the pin, and best costume. To register you or your team, go to angelhousebci.org.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit coxpools.com or call 850-235-7957.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Want to know the inside scoop on your favorite teams? From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond. For comprehensive sports coverage, it's ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
Welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's 7:30. Let's bring him on, the man, the myth, the legend. Dr. Ward, how you doing, sir?
Uh-oh. You scared him off.
Yep. You talked to me. He's pumped up his brakes.
He's been quiet.
He has.
Real quiet.
Did he win this week?
You know what's weird? One thing I looked at, he had a terrible week, and now I'm looking at it, he had a good week. So I don't know.
Which was the one you changed to make sure you won?
No, Julie's been doing it.
Here we go.
Oh, here it is right here. Yeah, he did not have a good week.
See, that's why
we got Dr. Ward. We're trying to get the phones.
Trying to get him back.
Okay, we'll get Dr. Ward on here. No, here we go. This is last week's picks. Tommy was 8 of 12. Jeremy Pritchett knocked out of the ballpark. He was 11 of 12. Dr. Ward was 6 of 12. Brian was 7 of 12. Glenn was 7 of 12. Brant was 9 of 12.
Hey.
Kovaleski was 7 of 12. I was 8 of 12. We knew it. I mean, we had 4 of the top 8 teams lose. So
they were so close to pick, so it's really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy when you got cupcake games to pick some of these SEC games.
Well, we're not picking against spreads.
Right. Yeah, there's no way I could do
asked
spread.
him what kind of spread I liked, and I said strawberries. So he
All right, let's bring him on right now. Dr. Ward, how you doing, sir?
Having a good one. I guess there's some technical issues.
Well, I think Wildcat's doing it on purpose. He's trying to get my blood pressure up. You know how he is.
Put a little color in his cheeks, Doctor.
Did you have a good week? Good weekend?
Oh, it was all right. You know, I ended up not doing good with my picks because like all my teams ended up doing badly in the fourth quarter and overtime. I mean, Pitt was up 17-0 on Louisville. They gave up at the end. Mississippi State, you know, they just couldn't pull that one out against Tennessee. It was like all my picks just collapsed in the fourth quarter or overtime.
Well,
Kirby decided not to kick a field goal, for crying out loud. I mean, we got like old Kirby Smart, you know?
No, I'm going to take up for him. Alabama chooses to kick a field goal. They miss it. He could have slipped. The ball could have been blocked. You never know. And I'm going to tell you what. He had the exact formation he wanted for that play. It was set up perfectly. The right tackle blew it up. He missed his block, and that was a touchdown. If that guy didn't make that play, he walks in the end zone.
Yeah, but he made the play, Coach.
Yeah, well, that's like he's done kicking a field. We don't know what's going to happen. Alabama missed one.
That's true.
But anyway, I just got to keep up with Kirby. He's my boy. All right, Doc, I got to ask you this. Where are you located? Skin cancer can be deadly. 1 in 5 develop it. Jason Kovaleski, we saw something, and he went in there, got checked out. It only takes 5 minutes. Where can they go?
Well, you can see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, Bonifay, Defuniak Springs, or Mariana. 233-3376 is the number to call to get your appointment. 5 minutes is all it takes to get checked head to toe and make sure your skin is cancer-free and healthy.
Doc, I got to ask you, you pretty good at this stuff. In your opinion, who are the top 3 teams in college football right now?
Right now, I would say Ole Miss, Ohio State, and the third team would probably be Texas A&M.
You think they're better than Oregon?
Yeah, I mean, Oregon's pretty good. I mean, they beat Penn State, but it was close, and that game could have kind of gone either way. So I'm giving it to A&M over Oregon. Just they're in the SEC, and I like SEC teams.
There you go.
Miami. We're gonna get to this, but I think Miami's gonna lose this weekend.
Yeah, well, hold on for that. We want you to break down that. All right, I want to ask you about this. I love him. He's always right. He says what he thinks. He's not timid. People call him cocky, arrogant, whatever you want to call him, but you can't call him a loser. That's the legendary Coach Steve Spurrier. He expects to see a different ball club out of Florida versus Texas. Now, Napier's 1-3. He's on the hot seat. We all know that. This is a third straight week. 3 out of 4, I think. They're playing ranked teams, highly ranked teams. What do you think? Is Coach Spurrier on to something, or is he just trying to give a good positive vibe to the players? Are you expecting the Gators to show up after having 2 weeks to get ready to play Texas? I don't think this Texas team, they're loaded with talent. Their offense hadn't been setting the world on fire either, but they got a good defense.
I expect to see the same thing from Florida that I've seen this season, which is an offense that can't move the ball effectively, and a defense that keeps them somewhat in the game. But I just have no faith in Billy Napier and his team. And I'm going to the game this weekend, but I fully expect to see Texas beat us.
All right, that's what the next question I'm going to ask you. Do you think it's going to be electric like it usually is down there for big ball games? Texas is coming in. That's a big deal. Don't you think the fans are going to show up and do their part? Or are they all going to hey, we're not going to win. They're going to sit on their hands. What do you think?
I think the fans will show up. I mean, Florida shows up. Florida fans show up. Florida fans will do their part. It's just I've seen nothing from the team this season to make me think that we're going to move the ball effectively and score enough points to win.
All right, let's get in these picks. We have plenty of time to do it, and we can come back and finish up on some other things. We got to maybe talk on a couple. Do you have anything you want to talk about baseball wise? You good? You good?
I'm good.
Okay, let's go. No, we don't have we do have a lot this week. I'll take that back. All right, let's start out Michigan, Southern Cal. Southern Cal went on the road, got beat by Illinois. Illinois the week before got beat 63-10 by Indiana. That surprised me. I thought USC would win that one. Doc, who do you like, the Trojans or the Wolverines? It's at USC.
I do not like teams traveling across the country in the Big Ten. I think USC gets the best of Michigan.
USC. Brian?
Michigan's going to USC?
Michigan at USC.
Why do I show Wisconsin at Michigan this week?
Is this October 11th?
No.
No, this is October 3rd.
Doc,
4th.
go back.
October 4th.
Go back. Throw that off. I hold that for next week. Wisconsin at Michigan. Wisconsin at Michigan.
Okay. Okay, I'm taking Michigan.
All right. You sure?
As far as you know this pick, that's it.
Yeah. Brian, Michigan?
Yeah, I'm going to take Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Glenn, Michigan,
yeah.
Wisconsin. I'm glad you picked that out. I was getting ready to go through a whole list. My next one's going to be Georgia at Auburn. I said, dang, I thought they were open. Here we go. Penn State at UCLA. UCLA is pathetic. How many people show up at the game? That should be the question. 10,000?
There'll be more Penn State fans than UCLA fans.
I was going to say there'll be more people on the sideline than in the stands.
Penn State.
Yeah.
All right. Glenn?
About Penn State.
Penn State.
Yeah,
Ryan?
but boy, if they lose, that's it for Franklin.
Yeah.
That would be terrible. Yeah, Penn State wins big.
All right. Minnesota at the Ohio State. But Ohio State's the best team in the country.
Yeah, Ohio State.
Everybody got Ohio State.
Yeah, I actually think this game might be closer than people think, but yeah, Ohio State wins.
Okay. Virginia, they just got the big win at home on a Friday night against FSU at Louisville. Doc, this is going to be a good ball game.
I actually I watched Pitt and Louisville, and Louisville's offense is very, very good. I think Louisville beats Virginia.
Yeah, I do too.
I agree. Virginia had a great night at home, great crowd, electricity, but they're going on the road here. Louisville gets them.
Yeah, Louisville, yeah.
All right, I want to stop it right there. Did you have the opportunity to watch Virginia and FSU?
I did, and I think I on the show I said that it is going to be close, but I thought FSU would pull it out. But that was a classic trap game for Florida State.
Yeah.
It's Friday night, so you've got a short week to prepare. You're going on the road. You're playing a team that can move the ball. I think it was just a perfect storm for Florida State to lose a close game.
The 30th anniversary of them beating FSU.
Yep.
Yeah, and they had 2 cupcakes before then. They played a lot of different players.
They actually had 3.
Thank you. Yeah, three cupcakes. They played a lot of different players. And I thought this would be a good form before Miami, get the kids back in game, let them play a whole game, whole 60 minutes. And they did. But I still think, and I know maybe it's FSU pulling for them, but when you had 2 officials right there call a touchdown and they playback, and I watched the replay. I didn't think it was enough evidence to overturn that. They did. They did what they thought it was. I was wrong. They issue a touchdown for take away a touchdown for FSU. I thought it was a touchdown. But the bottom line, they let them hang around, and they screwed up.
I totally disagree. I mean, you've got to have control of the ball. The ball was moving, and he got control of it after he was out of bounds. I think they got the call right, and I'm not biased, but I might be a little biased, but I
a little.
Well, I would argue with you, but I know I have to go see you one day, and I don't want to get burnt, so I'll just shut up. We agree, disagree.
See, I agree with you, Coach, on what the rule should be, but I think the way they interpret it, I think Doc's right, which I don't like the way they interpret it.
They were on the phone to Las Vegas when they were making their call.
You laugh, but who knows, man? Who knows? All right, let's go. Clemson. Can you believe Clemson? What are they, 1-3?
Yeah,
1. Can you believe Clemson's 1-3? And what's shocking about it, I love Dabo. He said this team could win 15 or 16 ball games. He believes in his ball club. The hype on the quarterback. Doc, I just got the word. I got to shut up. We'll come back and finish these picks up with Dr. Ward. Do I have time to do any commercials? Oh, yeah, I do. I got a couple minutes.
Well, you did them all at 7:15.
No. I got a lot more to go. Hey, we were talking about high school football. We failed to mention one of the great supporters of high school football, not only in Port St. Joe, but everywhere. We're talking about Taco Bell. We have 3 wonderful locations in Panama City Beach, Callaway, and, of course, the one down there in Port St. Joe. All you Tiger Sharks down there, make sure you support Taco Bell. They are big-time supporters of the Port St. Joe Tiger Sharks. They have DoorDash, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, before the game, after the game, late night. Get to Taco Bell and support them. They love you, Tiger Sharks. Go Tiger Sharks. That's supposed to be Lorelei and Layton, but we do the best we can. Also, if you're looking for a bike, there's only one place to go. That is Steve's Bike Shop. Steve's been in business since 1979. Locals taking care of locals. Nobody does a better job. He's also the swim coach at Mosley. The guy's incredible. The electrical bikes are taking over the world. Wear a helmet. But if you want a used or a brand new electrical bike, that's where you want to go. Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street. And one of my favorite people all time, Stevenson Air Conditioning. I love Jason, one of the most honest guys I know. They are incredible. He graduated from Mosley High School. He started this business. He takes a lot of pride in it. A lot of family members work there. They knocked out of the ballpark. They're serving all over the Panhandle now. Stevenson Air Conditioning is #1, growing daily because they're so honest and they're so good at what they do. Stevenson Air Conditioning. We'll be right back with Dr. Ward, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is on the street. Join us live on location this Saturday night at Lone Star Boyle House and Sports Bar for your Miami Hurricanes at the Florida State Seminoles. The atmosphere is going to be wild and plenty of choice eats with the locals' favorite for seafood. Plus, you can win a pair of tickets to see the Jaguars. Score an ESPN Northwest Florida t-shirt and station stash. It's Canes versus Knowles at Lone Star Boyle House Saturday night with 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. This afternoon and evening, there will be a gentle breeze out of the northeast, mostly sunshine and 86. Clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 72. Tomorrow, sunny and a moderate breeze right around 15 miles per hour with a high of 85. About the same at 83 Friday, and we'll have some sun. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida, Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida.
In a world full of noise, one name cuts through it all.
Amplify AI.
We help HVAC, plumbing, and home service pros get found fast. More leads, more calls, more results. This ain't just marketing. It's AI-powered performance.
Amplify AI.
Hear the roar.
Call Lee at 850-299-1269. Amplify AI.
That bear ain't just for show.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay-down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Visit the newly remodeled Mid-South Lumber Hardware and Feed Store in Youngstown. They have a full line of plumbing, electrical, hardware, and tools for your DIY home projects, as well as lumber and animal feed. Now offering not only baby chicks and a full line of poultry supplies, but also bunnies and parakeets. They also carry a wide selection of Duplin wines and gourmet products so you don't have to drive to the beach. Come see us at Mid-South Lumber on Highway 231 in Youngstown.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sing it, Glenn.
All right, let's get back to these picks. We're talking about Dabo's struggles this year in North Carolina, and the girlfriend, she's struggling there also with Bill. Doc, do you think they're getting along in the weekends, Bill and his girlfriend, his granddaughter?
I think they're getting along just fine. I just think Bill's probably not paying a lot of attention to the football team.
Hey, you blame him? What is he, 70-something years old? Anyway, Clemson at North Carolina. Does Clemson get it straightened out and put a beat down on North Carolina?
Clemson wins this easily. I mean, come on, UCF beat North Carolina. Clemson's going to beat North Carolina, too.
Okay.
Yeah, Clemson.
Glenn?
Yeah, Clemson, yeah.
No, okay, no love. All right, this is a Saturday night. Texas A&M's going to a blackout. They're going to do everything they can to motivate the team. They had beat Notre Dame, they beat Auburn. They don't want anybody's things slipping up. You play in the SEC now where everybody has football teams, you can get beat any single day. And Mississippi State's only got one loss. They're the surprise team so far. What happens? Does Mississippi State go on the road and pull a big upset after A&M's won 2 big games in a row, or they keep rolling?
A&M wins big. Mississippi State, they're going to be emotionally drained, and they lost that game to Tennessee. I think Mississippi State's gonna start looking more like the Mississippi State of old from this point forward.
The thing I've been the most impressed with about State is how hard they play, because I don't think they're terribly talented, but I think Levy might be getting the most out of his team of anybody in the country. The one thing I will say in watching them every week, if you can run between the tackles, you're going to dominate Mississippi State. I can't believe Tennessee kept getting away from it. Mm-hmm. A&M can do that pretty well. I think A&M, just on matchup, I think State mentally will be fine. Just physically, A&M's going to kind of dominate them, I think.
Glenn, any way?
A&M.
No way. A&M all the way. All right, that game is at 6 or 6:30, a night game at Texas.
6:30 game.
All right, Kent State's getting a big payday. Oklahoma will destroy them, you would think. I don't know what's going on with the quarterback situation. I think he's out this week.
Yeah, should be.
Everybody got Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, they're only a 45.5 point favorite, and the over/under is 53.5. So.
Wow. All right, Kentucky Wildcats at Georgia. Does Georgia have a slip-up after the heartbreaking loss to Bama? I say not, but what do you think, Doc? Does Georgia cover? Does Georgia win?
Georgia's too good. They're going to beat Kentucky.
They're too good, but Kentucky notoriously plays Georgia
them well.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's one of those weird kind of anomalies.
Georgia this year.
But no, I think Georgia gets this one.
It's an old rivalry.
Wildcats get...
I think Kentucky got their... handed to them last week, and so I think they're going for the juggler. So I'm going to go for Kentucky.
Oh,
okay.
Last week I didn't, but this week I will.
You got Kentucky pulling the big upset.
He got the strong stuff back there today.
Yeah. All right, Glenn.
Georgia.
Brian.
Yeah, Georgia.
Everybody got Georgia. All right, we got 3 to go. I'm going to hold off on the big 2. Vandy at Alabama. Now, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a competitive football game. They can run the ball. Bama's got a lot of people hurt. Linebackers out. Defensive linemen are out. Offensively, they're pretty good, but defensively, they still struggle to stop the run. Coach Lee done a heck of a job at Vandy. Game day is going to be there, which I think that benefits Alabama. I think all that hype, I do think that helps Bama stay focused on this one. And what happened to them last year, but talk is cheap. They got to get there and perform. Doc, what happens? It's dropped. It opened up at 13 on Sunday. It's dropped to 10.5. Bama, what do you think?
I really, really like this Vanderbilt team. I've been watching them all season. They are going to score points against Alabama. Now, Alabama has righted the ship to some degree, but Alabama played a big game away from Tuscaloosa. They're coming back home. And I think Vanderbilt's still going to play Alabama with a chip on their shoulder like they did last year. And you know, when Vanderbilt plays a home game, it's really an away game for Vanderbilt.
Exactly.
So so I don't see them going to Tuscaloosa as any different as them winning, at home, because there were more Alabama fans there than Vanderbilt fans. So I am going to pick the upset here and take Vanderbilt over Alabama.
Wow.
You heard it here first. Vandy gets it done 2 years in a row. Yeah, I wouldn't shock me.
No, I mean, there's reasons I could absolutely see that. I would say this. You always wonder coming out of a game like a Georgia or an LSU about, how beat up are you. And Bama's got some knocks, but none of the key players. So I like that. The other thing is I am a big fan of Kane Womack. Obviously, there are some times where things catch them out. I don't think they knew what they were dealing with Pavia last year. They do now. They've certainly made adjustments since what happened to them week 1 against Florida State. So I have to believe that Womack's got a good plan together for Pavia. I don't think they're going to get caught out this year, and I think Bama wins, but they're going to have to work for it.
Glenn?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Doors from Nashville. I think I'm with Doc on the upset.
We got Vandy believers. Well, I'll tell you this, Alabama was favored by 25 last year. They were ranked number 1, just beat Georgia at home. They go on the road, got embarrassed, got spanked. It won't shock me a bit if Vandy wins this game. All right, Texas at Florida. Doc, no way, no upset.
I think Texas wins this game. I'm sick about my team. I cannot stand our coach. I cannot stand our athletic director. And I said it last year. I said it year before that. I say it now. Until Scott Strickland is gone, we will not have success in Florida football. And I still believe it. Even if we get rid of Billy, if Scott Strickland's the AD picking the coach, Florida football will keep losing.
All right.
Yeah, I just got Texas.
Glenn?
Texas.
All right, the game. Miami at Florida. I think they're going to...
State.
Aren't they going to do something for Coach Lee? Or so, aren't they going to honor him?
Yeah, I think they are.
I think they are. All right, Miami at FSU. Doc, break it down.
So I think Florida State is a very bad matchup for Miami. They play good enough defense that Miami's not going to score a lot of points, and I think they move the ball well enough to score points on Miami. So and with it being at home, Miami hasn't really played a game on the road yet. I just think everything points toward Florida State winning, and it would not surprise me if they win by more than a touchdown.
Wow.
This game is so hard to figure because Florida State obviously been rolling this year. Last year, one of the problems was they lost that Georgia Tech game, and their mindset just completely fell apart. Wait a minute, our bubble burst, what in the world? So I'm wondering, does this team react the way last year's did, or does this team get fired up and come back? I also worry about teams when they feel like maybe they've been wronged by a call, do they go in the tank? So it's a 50-50 call here for me. I'm going to go with Florida State. I think this is a different team and a different mindset. I think Norvell will approach them differently coming out of a loss and get them fired up to kind of avenge that loss because everything is still in front of them. And I think they win a really good back-and-forth ball game with Miami.
Dr. Manley.
Well, the problem with Virginia and the problem we had that we actually stopped Alabama, it was a mobile quarterback. Now, Carson Beck's a good thrower, but if you move him off his spot, he is not quite as accurate. I don't think we have to worry about him rolling out and going all the time. So I'm going to give the edge to Florida State at home.
FSU. And their quarterback's been saying a lot lately like he did against Alabama. That might be a good thing. That's going to be a great football game. That is it's ABC. We got it right here on ESPN Northwest Florida at 6:30 on our radio station and on ABC. Great place to listen to the ball game. All right, Doc, one more time. What's the best way to get it with you? Skin cancer can be deadly. We had a friend of ours that got melanoma, and thank God they got it early. I think he's going to be okay. But talk about that. What can we do to prevent it, and where do we go if we're not sure?
So, yeah, if you see any spot on your skin that is changing size, shape, color, bleeding for no reason, do not wait to get it checked out because if caught early, skin cancer is easy to treat. Give us a call at 233-3376. If you've got anything you're concerned about, you can see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Mariana, Bonifay, Defuniak Springs, Water Sound, Santa Rosa Beach, Panama City, or Port St. Joe. Easy to get checked. Don't wait, because if you treat it early, cancer is easy to treat.
Coach, I have a professional question, Doc. Has the Florida Blue pulled away from you guys like they have other dermatology associates and things?
No. Florida Blue, we are the place that you can go if you have Florida Blue. They look at quality metrics, and what I can tell you is that we've got the best quality metrics, which is why they've selected us to be their primary dermatology in this area.
Okay.
Woo!
Thank you.
All right, Doc. We'll talk to you next Wednesday. You have a great week, okay?
Absolutely. Y'all have a great one, too. Bye-bye.
All right, let's talk about Turf Pro Pest Control. You want that yard to look beautiful? Patrick can make it happen. You got bugs in your house. You want them gone. You want them dead.
But not the government bugs. You can't take care of.
He can do it. Patrick can do it all. Locals taking care of locals. His daughter's a beautiful cheerleader at Mosley High School. Turf Pro Pest Control, #1. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Kyle Vandergriff. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Roofing and general contracting, they design it, they build it, commercial, residential. He can do it all. But if you're looking for a roof, the insurance company can now are calling you about 15 years and going, look, it's getting old. We're going to drop you to do something about this roof. You call Vandy Roofing. They'll come out and they'll get it solved quickly. They are incredible, great people. Locals taking care of locals. That is Vandy Roofing. We'll be right back. We got Alabama. We got FSU. We got Mark McLeod, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. And I thought Jackson Dart played well enough to keep them in the game. Jackson Dart, I like what I saw. So did his head coach.
I'm glad we got him.
I can't imagine what Russ is thinking on the sidelines. It's like, oh boy.
So happy I made this possible for him.
Yeah.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a gentle breeze out of the northeast, mostly sunshine and 86. Clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 72. Tomorrow, sunny and a moderate breeze right around 15 miles per hour with a high of 85. About the same at 83 Friday, and we'll have some sun. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida, Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design, build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered. Literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better together. TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
That boot store reminds you, football weather means colder weather can't be far off. Now's a great time to shop for those winter work coats, shirts, and shoes. Janice and Irene, along with the staff, welcome you to stop by and shop for the whole family at that boot store. Remember Joe's motto, always put Jesus first in your life. Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 on Friday and Saturday. That boot store. Next to Billboard Kia on 15th Street, Panama City.
I don't always talk to Alabama fans, but when I do, I ask for large fries. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Now, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday we're going to switch it up on you. Mark McLeod will be in on next Wednesday at 8 to 8:30. All you Gator fans. Then at 8:30 we'll have Chris Stewart, the voice of Alabama Crimson Tide, will be with us. Then talking about Alabama football. So we're kind of switch it up. That'll be next Wednesday.
Unless they lose to Vandy, then we just can't do it.
No, he'll be here with us. We're lose.
Cry along with.
Don't forget, too, that our truck will be down, our crew will be down at the Lone Star Boil House, which is downtown Panama City, giving away stuff, having a great time. Kickoff, of course, is at Miami FSU, 6:30. We'll be there around 6. Come join us, have a great time. I love the owner. God bless it. I forgot his name. He was in here with us that one day.
It's Brad.
Texas fan, I believe.
Yeah, big Longhorn guy.
Don't worry about it. If you're worried about the address, just right. It's almost right across from the post office right there.
Yeah, you can't miss it. Yeah. All right, let's take this call. Bob, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead. Can you hear us?
We're doing great, Bob.
I just want to talk to you guys about Monmouth versus Dell State this week on Saturday.
Okay.
You know much about Monmouth or no?
Monmouth? No.
All right. Anyway, 2 weeks ago they played Villanova. They won. Monmouth is a great D1 program. You got to tap in.
D1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
They're playing Dell State this week.
Oh, all right. So, what's the record?
I think 3-2.
Okay.
Wow.
With your losses on this one, I don't know if I've heard of that school.
It's in Monmouth County, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Oh, outstanding.
Oh, in New
Good luck
Jersey.
to 'em.
Okay. Yeah. Did you play there?
Yeah.
All right.
What year were you there?
2022.
Oh, wow. Good job. What position you play?
I play running back.
Good job.
All right.
Good job, man. Now,
Good
when'd y'all move down here?
I moved down here to Naples in 2024.
Cool. You like it?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, good, man. What about the locals team? You like any of these local schools like Alabama, Florida, Auburn, Georgia?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss Rebels. God, we're going to hang up with you now.
Yeah, Brian just passed out.
Wow.
Well, thanks for the call. That was good.
You insulted him. Now he's gone.
Uh-oh.
Well, at least we got the Monmouth report in.
Yeah, that's good.
Sponsored by Bob.
There you go.
There was a Division I player, this starting quarterback at Ole Miss right now. That guy played D1. No, not D1, Division.
Well, it's like Cam Ward. He started at Incarnate Word?
Incarnate Word, yeah.
Wait a minute now. That's Division III, isn't it?
Who?
The Huntington College, people like that?
Yeah, and see, I thought Delta State was FCS, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Bob, thanks for the call.
Appreciate it.
That's weird. Bob's name, but on the phone ID was somebody else.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Government issue.
He was right. It is in New Jersey.
Yeah. I hope he loves it down here. But let's talk about Alabama Crimson Tide. SEC Players of the Week selection, Ty Simpson, the quarterback, and Course Proctor, the offensive lineman. Alabama beats Georgia 24-21. So Simpson, we all know, 24 or 38, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also ran for a touchdown. He was named SEC Co-Player of the Week. And then Proctor, what did you think about? Did you see it, Glenn? The little screen pass to 6'7", 267 pound offensive tackle.
You know what I noticed? I was worried because you saw him. He started to go down to the knee to catch the ball.
Yeah.
He did a good job of keeping his knee off the ground, but the funny, we were talking about it off here, that poor corner, like we couldn't see his face, but we knew what his eyes looked like.
He had to change his pants.
He's like, I'm going low, and I'm not even trying to wrap. I'm just going to try and hit his leg, and he bounced off. Poor guy.
How big was the corner? 6 foot, 180, 200 pounds, whatever?
Hey, poor guy.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't
Great
know.
play call.
I think they did this. Did they come out and say it? No, but it kind of alluded to it that they wanted him to lose weight. He did, and maybe this was the reward for losing the weight. He got the ball. And I'm like you. He's got a good athletic ability to get down like that.
I mean, the moves that he made in the cuts. I mean, he looked like he's run the ball before.
Yeah.
it was cool to see.
He maybe wasn't always the biggest around the schoolyard. So.
Can you imagine the nerve to call that play?
Especially in that situation. I mean, they're in the red zone.
Down the goal line.
Yeah. I mean, it was
they
crazy.
probably went, they're not throwing it to this guy.
The best thing was it was technically a run because he did throw it backwards. I was looking at the stats. He had the best yards per carry of anybody in the game. 11 yards per carry.
Anyway, the board, he praised Simpson for his performance after the game. He continues to do a really great job. Does a great job with his eyes downfield. He doesn't let the pass rush affect him at all. I do think, you look at Auburn's quarterback, Arnold, I think he gets affected by a lot of different things. He holds on the ball too long. Whereas Simpson, he reads the field. He knows what to do with the football, and he gets rid of it.
He can run, which we've seen, and he did some of that in high school. But what I'm starting to see out of him, he's not at this level yet. I used to be so impressed with Joe Burrow. Burrow didn't run the ball, but he could shift in the pocket and create lanes as good as anybody I've ever saw. I'm starting to see Simpson do little things like that.
Yeah, I thought Burrow's one of the best at keeping, like he's calling it, keeping his eyes downfield.
Yeah,
you're
but
right.
he could make
he would keep
a
his eyes down
sidestep.
and make a sidestep.
That's right.
And avoid the rush and still get the ball to the receivers.
That's right.
If you watch him, Simpson go back, he gets back there in a hurry, gives him a little extra time.
Didn't he talk about that coming out of the Florida State games? He wasn't getting back quickly enough or something like that. And
the same thing we just said. The board said he said he trusts his offensive line. They're doing a good job of protection. He sits in the pocket, gets rid of the ball. He knows where to put the ball, which is the big thing. But he does it all the time in practice, so we know we got a lot of confidence in him. And of course, Proctor was a huge play. Setting up a TD. I thought he was going to score there, but they did set the touchdown up. The only negative, there were some negative things, but what is the deal with Williams? He's wide. This is every game he's dropped a touchdown.
I mean, to be
pass.
fair, the Georgia guy did the same thing a little bit later in the game. It could just be, look, when you have, I think he came into Alabama thinking I got to elevate my game, and look at the first 6 games he had at Alabama. I mean, everything went right.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure...
We built him up so quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure you can lose an edge in your practice and you just kind of forget things. I mean, he's not out catching bricks like Jerry Rice would do or things like that, but obviously he's aware of it now, and you know, hopefully that's something that he'll continue to work on.
They've got some really good receivers behind him also that can play.
I'll tell you what I like. First of all, he's a terrible blocker. He needs to learn how to do better with that. But he'll take a hit. Like, he's not afraid of going over the middle. He's not whereas some guys his size might, shy away from the ball when they hear them footsteps. He'll take a shot. He took a big one in the flats and got right back up.
Well, with Simpson's play, he is now a contender for the Heisman. One publication had him rate the 4th best chance to win the Heisman after his performance against Georgia. Other ones have him at number 3, so we'll see how that plays out. Alabama versus top 5 opponents. This is not a top 5 opponent, so I'm going to skip that right now. Saban on Vandy. Vandy's a little bit better football team than they were last year. There's no doubt about that. Coach Lee's done an incredible job. Last year, Vandy beat the number 1 team in the country, Alabama, 40-35 at Vandy. Vandy rushed is now ranked 18th in the country by one poll. Again, Coach Saban said he was at the Birmingham Touchdown Club, and he was talking about, he said, they got a good ball club. Coach Lee does an incredible job. They got an outstanding quarterback. Their running back's really good. They got good players. He said they are a good football team that plays well together. They're 5-0. They beat at South Carolina. They beat them by 24 points. He said, this is a good football team, period. Alabama's going to be challenged. There's no doubt about that. So we'll see. Okay, I got to go. Another call, I got to go. All right, we get back. We're going to let Eugene throw a little fit in here. We're going to let him do the local sports and then do FSU. We're not going to. Well, Auburn's open anyway, so we can talk about Auburn later. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's. But I'm going to tell you what's even incredible business. The guy starts from scratch. He graduates from Mosley High School, starts a business. They've knocked it out of the ballpark, home run. They're the best at what they do. They're better than any national company. They're locals. They're honest. They're hardworking people. They do what they say. They're on time. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. It breaks down during the middle of the night. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning.
Now's the time to get them checked out because you're transitioning from air conditioning to possibly heating up in the evenings anyway. So there's a little problem, and they can fix it quick, and they can fix it inexpensively, and they know what they're doing.
Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. Not even close. Not even close. Also, I got to say it again. We're heading down that Cajun place to watch college football games. You know why? 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers, 27-plus TVs, incredible food. All your fans, everybody's there, all the different uniforms, all the different jerseys is incredible. That Cajun place, they open doors at 10 o'clock on Saturdays. And then on Sundays, they got the North Shore Jazz Band playing from 10 to 12. And then the NFL game starts. If you got a Saints jersey on, they score a touchdown, go ask for a free Jell-O shot. They'll give it to you. LSU fans, wear your shirt. The game's being played. They score a touchdown. You're there. Go ask for your free Jell-O shot. That Cajun place on Thomas Drive.
Please wear a shirt.
Yes. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back, we're going to switch it up. We're going to go to FSU local. Then we got the Mark McLeod.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
With Lamar Jackson, seasons that he begins and ends, you can pencil in the Ravens for a dozen wins. And the fact that they haven't broken through when he's been the full-time starter since 2019 is an absolute embarrassment. They've won 27 games, including playoffs, over the last 2 years. And this team still hasn't gotten a future Hall of Famer to the Super Bowl.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 at ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a gentle breeze out of the northeast, mostly sunshine and 86. Clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 72. Tomorrow, sunny and a moderate breeze right around 15 miles per hour with a high of 85. About the same at 83 Friday, and we'll have some sun. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida, Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida.
Okay, college football fanatics, this Saturday night it is on with the Miami Hurricanes at the Florida State Seminoles. Where's everyone going to be watching the big game? Lone Star Boil House. Talk about an incredible game day experience with the biggest TV in Panama City, an insane atmosphere, and the locals' favorite for seafood. Lone Star Boil House. Catch all the college and NFL games at Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West, 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Hi folks, it's Tracy with Tracy's Fine Jewelry and Coin and Bullion Reserves. Did you know that we do more than just sell some of the finest jewelry in town? We can engrave on your wedding band, locket, Yeti cup, or almost anything. Need your watch battery changed? We can do that too. Our expert will even evaluate your coin collection. And of course, we always pay top dollar for your old gold and silver jewelry. See, there's a lot more to Tracy's Fine Jewelry than a lot of pretty sparkly things. Come and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all.
I hope you won't judge me on one email I sent 10 years ago.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
Not after
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna. War Eagle, baby. Get out to Beef O'Brady's today. Their size today, 10 wings aside for $9.99. You can't beat it. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. All right, Glenn, what's going on? Take over.
All righty. Here we go. I want to really quick some local stuff. In volleyball last night, Bay 3, Rutherford 0, Niceville 3, Mosley 0, Cottondale 3, Bozeman 0, Freeport 3, Walton 0, Chipley 3, Bluntstown 0, and Bethlehem 3, Holmes County 1. In football, it will be Arnold versus Walton. That will be a 1-4 versus a 2-3 at 7. North Behaven versus Mariana. That is going to be played Thursday night at Tommy Oliver. That will be a district game for North Behaven. Rutherford will host Port St. Joe on Friday at Tommy Oliver. Weewa is at Liberty County. That's a district game for Weewa. And Sneeds is at Bluntstown. Unfortunately, that is a district game for Sneeds. And South Walton versus Choctaw. And Choctaw was 6-0. South Walton's 4-1. Fort Walton Beach is at Wakulla. Destin's at Pensacola Catholic. West Florida is 3-2. They versus Gulf Breeze, which is 0-5. Vernon is host Graceville. That's 0-6 and 0-5. Somebody's going to have their first win on Friday. Franklin County is at Cottondale. Franklin County's 5-1 and Cottondale's 3-2. Niceville, this is unusual, 3-3. They will host Godbeach, who's 3-3. Bay, Bozeman, Chipley, Freeport, Holmes County, and Mosley are all open this week. So they will probably come out and win those games. I'm not sure. All right, FSU, if you have been asleep under a rock.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Get out to Newbies, 4 great locations.
Right. And don't forget about the Brew and Booze. That's a good one.
That is awesome.
So, all right. Now, according to which poll you're looking at, that's kind of like how tall I am going in and out of the junior food stores. But anyway, Florida State is ranked number 18. They're 3-1. They will host number 3, Miami. They're 4-0. Saturday night, 6:30 Central Time on ABC. And we hope that Herb Street skips that game and stays in Alabama. So, and if you can let your dog come, we like him a lot better than you. So anyway, all right. The Canes lead this series 36-33, but Florida State has taken 3 out of the last 4 years. Cristobal is 26-16 at Miami, 88-76 overall. The Canes are now a 4.5 favorite. Over under is 54.5, which really implies that FSU is going to get beat 30-24 by the Canes, which we hope not. Norville is 36-28 at FSU and 74-43 overall. Now, Canes have some strengths, some of it's on defense, some on offense. Their defense only allows 244 total yards per game. That's 11.5 yards per pass, and they're ranked 9th nationally in that. Only 5 touchdowns have been allowed by their defense all year. Offensive efficiency, they're very efficient and balanced. They're averaging 450 yards per game, and they're averaging 36.8 points per game. They are 94% in the red zone, scoring 14 touchdowns and 18 trips. And they have the ball 33.38 minutes per game. That's 12th nationally. Some of the players to watch out for, of course, Miami is quarterback Carson Beck. He's a Georgia transfer. He has 73% completions, 972 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Running back Mark Fletcher, 388 yards, 5 touchdowns, averaging 97 yards a game. He also is leading numbers 2 in the ACC in rushing. Wide receiver Malachi Tony, which we actually tried to get. He's a freshman, 22 catches, 264 yards, 1 touchdown. And then C.J. Daniels, he was at Liberty, then he was at LSU. He has 3 touchdowns and 18 catches. Other things to notice about on their defense, defensive end Reuben Bain has 22 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, and 1 interception. Defensive end Akeem Messiter, 17 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Linebacker Mohamed Turi came from Rutgers. He has 18 tackles. And nickelback Keontae Scott from Auburn, 3.5 tackles for loss and 2 pass breakups. And some other things to note about the Canes, they have outscored their foes 83-16 in the first half. Offensive line has just allowed 5 sacks all year. Their kicker, Carter Davis, is 5 for 5 in field goals. The longest is 53. And their turnover margin is .75, which leads at their plus .75, which leads at ACC. Now, this young man who writes, I don't know if he's young or not, writes for Chop Chat, says there's 3 reasons that he thinks that Miami might be not number 3 team, but maybe a little fraud. They should be higher, back up towards the 10. He said, is their defense that good, or have they played mediocre offensive teams? And they said that Notre Dame, when they played them, was 4 of 9 on third downs. They only averaged 5 yards per carry, and they were 19 to 13 passing at 7.4 yards per pass. And the secondary at Miami will also get a test versus FSU. So we'll see that. The Canes offense isn't quite as close to what it was last year. Last year they didn't really run all over Florida State, even if it was a 2-10 year for them. So their offense is averaging 4.95 yards. Their offense is averaging 4.9 yards versus Notre Dame, and the average was 4.5 yards per play against Florida. So they think that Alabama and FSU have better offenses than both of those the teams that they played. And stylistically, in other words, the way they look, the way they match up for FSU better than Alabama or Virginia offense. One is Carson Beck, not as mobile as the other quarterbacks. He only's run it 10 times this year. All year again for Georgia, he only ran it 55 times. Mm-hmm. So, the offensive line and running backs are very good, but they have not seen some of the, threats for him to run. He can run, but he's not a big threat. So our defense doesn't have to worry about, will he just take off? So we'll see like that. And when he's on the run and off his spot, he's also not very accurate. So, and I don't know if you know who Heather Denish is, but she is not a big Florida State fan. But she says it's absurd that Florida State dropped from 10 points in the poll. She said they beat Alabama, and the committee keeps saying the head-to-head competition counts, but does it or doesn't it? So that's one of the things she has said about that. So also...
well, Alabama should be ranked ahead of Georgia then.
That's correct. That's what she said. Yeah. That's what she said, yeah. So we'll see with that. So anyway, some of the leading stats for us, of course, Castellanos is 45 of 70 passes, 848 yards, 63%. A 12.1 average and 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Other quarterback, Kevin Sperry, who's a true freshman, he's 8 of 10, 125 yards, 80%, 12.5 average, 2 touchdowns. And then one of our running backs, of course, is freshman Usman Kroma, who's 28 rushes for 174 yards, 6.2 yards per carry. And then, of course, our top receiver, Deuce Robinson, 17 catches for 346 yards, a 20.4 yard average, and 3 touchdowns. So that's kind of how you break it down.
Let me ask you this. I think it's going to be, I think the key to the game, in my opinion, is if they can shut Miami's running attack down, right. Shut it down, make Beck beat you. Because he's been off some games. Right. I've watched my Notre Dame games, the Florida game. He's good, but I don't think he's great.
His arm strength is not as good because he's got too many tattoos on that arm, and so the ink slows him down a little bit. But you know what? They said that this week, the coach has been preaching, this is not your ordinary game. Alabama was a big game, but this is even big. This is recruiting in the state. This is kids playing each other that played against each other all year, and so every play is going to be 100%. So you cannot take a play off, and you cannot relax. You have to be at your high peak performance every play.
Don't you think it's going to be a low scoring game?
Really, I think it is the first half, and I think one of the two teams, and I hope it's FSU, will make such an adjustment that they'll get loose.
It's going to be an upfront battle, both sides of the ball. Miami's offensive line is good.
Yeah, I really like FSU's offensive line now too. They've been a little more aggressive than we've seen in the
Who do you think has a better defensive front, Miami or Florida State?
I think Miami has a little bit of on that because they got two pretty good sized monsters in there. But if we get a little tougher than we were against Virginia, I think it'll be okay.
And the head football coach used to coach offensive line. I think their line's a little bit better. I actually think the defense line might be a little bit better. But I still got a gut feeling Florida State's going to pull this thing out.
Florida State will be better coached. I think down the stretch, I think Cristobal makes some mistakes that, against Georgia Tech, all you had to do was take a knee and you ran it anyway. So we'll see what goes on with that.
All right, let's thank newbies for the FSU update. Appreciate John Sharp. Love them to death. Wonderful people. Also, let's talk about Jason Kovaleski, Max Fish Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason can make it happen. Listen to him every Tuesday and Friday right here.
What up? Yeah, I like about them is
Northwest Florida.
They won't just give you something to be selling like some of the big name nutrition stores. They will actually cater to what you need.
Try before you buy it.
Try before you buy it.
Also, Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 deal of skin cancer. He's got offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. All it takes is 5 minutes. Don't play around with that. It can be deadly. Call, make an appointment. Let him check you out. The guy is incredible. And we already talked about Patrick, Turpro Pest Control, #1. Locals taking care of locals. You want your yard to look like a golf course. Patrick can make that happen. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. But I got to talk about Russ and Amber. Pat Purnell's got Lynn Haven, Beef O'Brady's. Go out there and have a great lunch with Pat. Head on down to see Russ and Amber. Get yourself some jewelry. How many days to Christmas?
85 days till Christmas, and they offer you a free jewelry cleaning and free jewelry inspection. They also buy your old silver and gold jewelry. So if you need some cash, they'll give you much better prices than they will anywhere else, like other jewelry stores or pawn shops. We're talking about David Adamson, Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in
Remember you said our things quadruple or views and stuff. I know one of them was a 2.7K
on YouTube.
Yeah, but we even got people calling in from Naples that think they live here. It's incredible.
That's because you can listen to us worldwide.
Yeah, that call was from Naples. Remember he said Naples? Yeah, that's amazing.
Worldwide.
We get back. We hope we got Mark McLeod, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
4.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
360-degree protection of your home, 365 days a year, one low monthly price.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control offers an affordable program that provides our customers with peace of mind. Brock 365.
We like bundling pest control with termite protection for a low monthly payment. We couldn't be happier with the results. Most treatments are done outside, and we haven't had any issues in over 3 years.
Call us today for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control.
The Angel House Bereavement Center invites you to the Cal G Squires inaugural golf tournament at Bay Point. Tee off Friday morning on October 31st to support Angel House, a 501c3 nonprofit helping children, adolescents, and adults struggling with the pain of life-altering loss. This will be a special day with costumes, prizes, and lunch from Abram Seafood. To sign up or get more information, go to the Angel House Bereavement Center Facebook page or angelhousebci.org.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
The Coach Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Boss, I got good news and bad news. What's the bad news? Your hat's on fire.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
When you got 90,000 people all chomping at the same time.
It's the Florida Gator Update with guest Mark McLeod. Insider information you can't get anywhere else. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! It's Wednesday, it's 8:30. It's time for the man, the myth, the one and only, Mark McLeod. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good to be on with you.
Yeah. Great to have you. Hey, we asked Dr. Ward this. We're going to ask you the same thing. Coach Spurrier came out. I love the man. I love him to death. The legendary Steve Spurrier. He expects to see a different Florida football team this week. We all know Florida's 1-3. Texas is coming in there. They got a quarterback issue, I guess. 3 out of the last 4 games, Florida's playing a really highly ranked team. Spurrier thinks that Florida's going to get after him, thinks they'll see a new ball club. He's impressed. He's looking for something good to happen. He's being real positive. Now, I'm asking you, Mark, is Coach just trying to motivate the players, the fan base? What do you think we're going to get Saturday at 6:30? What's the game? Is it 6:30 or 6?
3:30.
Man, it's been a rough day.
It'll be 6:30 somewhere in the Atlantic.
It's been a rough day. We were doing picks, and I asked him who's going to win, USC or Michigan. So I'm off today. So anyway, that's right. 2:30 on ESPN. Unbelievable.
Hey, listen, I've saved you a donut. I'm gonna mail it to you.
Yeah, they're good. 2:30 on ESPN. What do you think? Is he just kind of building it up, or do you think there's no way the Gators got a shot?
I don't know if he's seen practice or not, or what he thinks. Coach can do that a little bit. He's a very truthful man, but I also know he's a Gator at heart. So I don't know. With all the injuries they've struggled through right now on the defensive side of the ball, man, it's going to be rough because you go back and you look at that Miami game, you look at the LSU game. And Florida, defensively, as well as they played throughout the game, they were melting down in the fourth quarter because of the injuries. They have no depth. And, you got some young guys and some inexperienced guys who have been on the roster a couple of years, a year or two, that are getting some much-needed experience. But, man, it comes hard when you're doing it against the likes of Miami and LSU. And now you've got to go up against Texas. Next week's Texas A&M. And so you talk about holding your feet to the fire.
What do you hear about Lagway? Does he practice? What about him in the boot? What's the deal with him? Do we see a new quarterback, or what are you hearing?
We're not hearing much of anything. They are keeping everything a lid on everything they can. He's been out there. He's been practicing, but about where he is and do they turn the page to Tramel Jones? Now you've had 2 weeks where he's gotten significant reps with some of those days because, as you said, Lagway was in a boot. So there wasn't much he could do those first few days of practice. He didn't practice. But it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with because they've got to create some offense. The offense is been outscored the last 2 games in the second half. They've only scored 14 points total. The last 2 games in the second half. That's unacceptable. And, you're not helping your defense. And the last thing you want, and they didn't experience this last year, so that was a very positive sign. But the last thing you want is some issues in the locker room where the defense feels like they're doing their job and the offense just they're kind of getting after some of the offensive guys.
Honestly, I really thought I don't know if I think it now, but I really thought Florida could pull the upset and win this ball game. Defensively, they played so well all year, but then we saw the defensive lineman go down against Miami. As soon as he went out of the game, Miami just ran the ball up the middle, and Florida had no answer. They couldn't stop it. So if they were healthy...
They did. You go back to that Miami game and even the LSU game. The LSU game in the fourth quarter, I think I texted you this, Coach. Florida had 2 true freshmen and a guy who started the season essentially as a third-team defensive end on the field at the same time. And you're going up against an LSU offense with Nussmeier and company running it. You just knew the game was over.
Yeah. If they were healthy, I still think Florida could pull it, because I don't trust Texas's offense either. We're talking about offense. They have not been setting the world on fire like we all thought. LSU's the same way. It's just weird. All the quarterback issues this year, not just in the SEC, but Clemson, all these different schools we thought had really good quarterbacks, and it just hadn't played out that way yet. Maybe it changes, but if Florida could create some type of offense and keep playing outstanding defense, they would have a shot in this ball game. What do you hear? Who are they going to replace these guys with this week? Are any of them going to be back for the Texas game, the defensive players?
Actually, they just announced earlier, yesterday, that Aaron Gates is out. Florida's nickelback. This guy's an NFL prospect. He really is. 6'1", 200. He's I guess he's a junior, a redshirt sophomore, but he's the guy, even before he got to Florida, he was injured. He was injured in high school. He suffered an injury the last 2 years, but when he's been able to play, he's been very good at nickel. But Sharif Denson has been the starter because he's been healthy and he's been there and he's pretty good. He really does a good job, I think. But Aaron Gates is now out. Dijon Johnson, the cornerback. Colonel Mustard, he's out. So you got Cormani McLean has been starting, which is a beautiful story, with his comeback. And you're kind of reinventing himself, in college football. But Michael Burrow, their starting nose tackle, who's a true sophomore, he's been out. Caleb Banks is not going to be able to play. He's the guy who's going to be a first-round draft pick at D tackle. George Dumbs Jr., their starting Jack, he was injured in the LSU game, so we're not sure about him. And then, of course, L.J. McCray, 2 weeks ago, he was out. So, yeah, they've just got a ton of injuries on the defensive side of that ball.
Well, I want to look at this, and you got to remember, Florida's schedule has been a lot more difficult than Texas. Texas did open up Ohio State, and the rest of the games have been pretty, I would say, cupcake games. But look at the offense. Texas averages 31.7 a game. Florida's averaging 22 points a game. Defense, Texas is getting up an average of 77.7 points. Florida's giving up 16. Rush offense, Texas rushed for 202 yards. Florida only 123. Rush defense, Texas is really good. They only give up 59.7. Florida's giving up 111. Total pass game, Texas 236, Florida 205. Pass defense, Texas 151 yards, Florida 173. Total offense, Texas 438, Florida 328. That's not very good. Total defense, Texas only giving up 211 yards, and Florida's giving up 284 yards. But there's a different level of competition than what Texas has played and what Florida has played. So it's probably a little bit closer than what we think. What do you think? How does it play out Saturday, 2:30 in that heat? And let me ask you this. Dr. Ward says he's going to the game, but a lot of fans are sick of Billy Napier. They want him gone. They want Strickland gone. They're making it clear and loud. They want both of them gone. But do the Gator fans show up, sit on their hands, or is it going to be like it usually is when you go down and play, you can't hear yourself think?
Uh-oh. Such a long question, he fell asleep.
I think you can't.
Yeah. We lost him. So
he's pondering the possibilities.
Only in America.
You want to try calling back?
We had it's the government shutdown. That's what it is. We can't talk to them.
We didn't ask enough questions about Monmouth.
So, we can go ahead and...
So how you doing, Coach?
I was doing good.
Tell him to call you.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Coach James Hale Show.
You were coaching football and you were practicing. Did you ever practice like plays that you knew were illegal?
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
New publicist.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And I'm probably an idiot, but all right.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9. On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a gentle breeze out of the northeast, mostly sunshine and 86. Clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 72. Tomorrow, sunny and a moderate breeze right around 15 miles per hour with a high of 85. About the same at 83 Friday, and we'll have some sun. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida, Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Reach out, call and just say hi. Give them a call. Phone lines are open. 850-215-6290. The Coach James Hale Show is taking your calls live and local. From the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Mark McLeod with us. Mark, I'm sorry we got cut off there.
It was a long question, Coach. That's why I fell asleep.
What'd you think, man? What do you think? Are they going to be on their hands? Are they going to be raising Cane? You think they're going to be ready to do their part?
No, I think they're going to be ready to do their part. The Gator fans will be there. They have not checked out on the team. That's the key for them. They checked out on Billy Napier, but not on the team. And I think so. I think they'll be there. They'll lend their voices. They'll be ready to go. I think though. It can't get ugly early. I think, Texas, if Texas starts making some moves and Florida's unable to stop them, if you see some of the calls offensively that we've seen the past few weeks that where the Gator offense just can't get anything going, there's a turnover, penalties, poor coaching, poor clock management, whatever it may be. All the various things. We've seen some missed tackles on the defensive side of the ball. We know they're going to have some struggles with missing some guys. I think then you could hear some boos in the stadium, and you hope that doesn't happen.
Right. Do you think Napier's there as long as Scott Strickland's there?
Well, Strickland just got his comeuppance. I mean, They gave him an extension, so they gave him. And look, guys, we know that is largely based, in my opinion, on some of the things he's done,
right. Other than
with
football.
Facilities and what have you, but Todd Golden and the success of the Florida basketball team.
Right.
Winning the national championship. He brought in Golden. He looks like a genius now for that. But he's made some other moves. You got a new soccer coach, relatively new. You've got a relatively new gymnastics coach, and, of course, the struggles of Napier. And so there's a lot of wait and see on Strickland, but there's a lot of people who are frustrated with him and don't like that he has been so attached to the hip with Napier, and he has refused to really entertain thoughts of replacing him. But look, I think if Texas, if it's ugly on Saturday, I think that's it. I think he has no choice but to make the move and turn the program over to the only coach on staff who has head coaching experience, and that's Ron Roberts. From his time at Southeast Louisiana, and turn the program over to Roberts and really send the message to the Gator Nation that, okay, we're done. Now we're going to move forward. It's going to be a struggle the rest of the year, but guys, we are looking ahead. We're not going to continue down this same path.
Yeah, right now I think you're right about Strickland. I think the basketball team, softball, and baseball, and probably track have saved him. What's going on now?
Yeah, and remember they had some issues with baseball, and you saw Kevin O'Sullivan. His behavior was totally unacceptable in the NCAA's, and he was chastised for it, and he will pay the penalty starting next season. But and this has paid a little bit of the penalty now. But these are things that Strickland's had to work through, and I think there are a lot of boosters who see positives with the things he's doing, particularly with facilities and what have you, and with Golden's hire. But there's a lot of unhappy Gators as well.
It's funny, Mark, the irony of Golden being the one that kind of saved Strickland is if you go back about a year ago, it was right around this time, the whole story with Golden and the investigation and all that happened. And I am 100% convinced still to this day that was done by somebody with power inside who was trying to get rid of Strickland. I've always thought that was the whole push behind that.
Well, it could be because they found some rather unsavory things that were being passed around via email to various people, and on about Golden, and turns out some of that stuff was not even true. So, and people thought, hey, Golden's got an opportunity to go after these people and make a good name for himself. But I think I think anyway that he just said, hey, I just want this all to go away and to be able to focus on my coaching career. And of course, he's brought in some more another good assistant for Florida, and the program looks like it's certainly going to be top three, maybe certainly top three, maybe top
number
five.
One.
Yeah, maybe number one.
You look at Florida, Texas. Florida's used to playing these big ball games. I was looking at something how they've done in the past versus top 10, top five. Hell, they're the 9th best in the country versus 5-time.
Lost you guys.
Yeah. He lost us again.
You there, Mark?
Hear us? He lost us.
Yeah.
You hear us now?
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I can hear you now. Yep.
There you go.
I said they've had a history of success against the top teams in the country.
We can hear you.
That one sounded like he dropped it.
We can
I
hear
lost you guys again.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Mark?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
There we go.
All right.
Take 3.
Anyway. What a day.
Yeah.
I think I'm taking it to the house, take a nap. What the hell was I asking you?
The biggest issue with Florida and Florida football is that Billy Napier refused to fire his offensive coordinator. And that's been the biggest thing. I mean, we all, even 2 years ago, I asked him this question before Lagway got there. Do you, Coach, is it your take that, maybe now that you've gotten a commitment and I think he had already signed in with Lagway, that the dual threat quarterback can really help your offense? And he said yes. And then he went on with a rather long answer about his offense and stuff like that. But he did pay tribute to Graham Mertz and what he's been able to do to help Florida. But it's not changed. And what do you see, guys? You don't see DJ Lagway running the football very often at all. It seems he's back there you don't see the dual threat when you think of DJ Lagway in college. You do in high school, but not in college. And the same thing happened, if you remember, to Anthony Richardson his first year with Napier as the head coach and running the offense, that you didn't see Anthony Richardson at times run the ball very much. And I remember asking him a question direct in the game. It looked like you had some field open on a certain play. You could have, I didn't really want to run. I wanted to throw the ball. And I thought, you got to be kidding me. When Tim Tebow's answer would have been, I'll do whatever I've got to do to go win the game. And that should have been Richardson's answer. But that seems to be Billy's thing is, I want him to run a little bit, but I don't want him to run a lot. And that seems to be his coaching philosophy. If you looked at what Richardson did, and now you're looking at the young career of Lagway thus far.
Wow. Yep.
I'm scared to ask the question at a private break. Hey, if they do pull the trigger, Lane Kiffin, I'd back up the truck, whatever you want, come to Florida. You can win a national championship at Florida. But he's the big. He can be. He will be the Steve Spurrier of Ole Miss. You go to Florida, you're just the next guy. Can you live up to being the next Spurrier, Urban Meyer? Do you think he would take the job at Florida if the money was up there?
I do, because he's a Florida guy. I mean, you know, his dad Monty was here for so many years. Lane was here for so many years. You know, his ex-wife Layla is John Reeves' daughter. You know, legendary Florida player and assistant coach under Coach Spurrier. And you know, I think he would. I think he would. You know, I don't know that for sure because really Ole Miss has been great for him. You know, as he's alluded to. But you know, Eli Drinkwitz is on that list now. He's 26-5 since hiring Kirby Moore as his offensive coordinator because he figured out after his first 3 years when he was 19 and 21, I'm on the hot seat. I'm not getting it done. I better fire my offensive coordinator, which is myself, and hire Kirby Moore, and he did. And Marcus Freeman's on that list, guys. John Summerall, Tulane, Ryan Silverfield, Memphis, maybe Fran Brown of Syracuse. I got to believe those are all the names that will be vetted if indeed Billy Napier is fired.
I do know this, that I talked to a Missouri guy. He's a big booster, but he's really connected to some big-time people at Missouri, and they are worried about Florida. There's no doubt about that. It's the big buzz over there about losing him to Florida. But to me, it's Lane Kiffin. I think that's a no-brainer. Go get him. He's a proven winner. He's coached at USC, Alabama. He left Tennessee, so the Florida fans must love that. I think he'd do a great job at Florida.
Well, the interesting thing will be Scott Strickland, because look, he and Dan Mullen butted heads at Mississippi State. They butted heads there on the pit. But Mullen was the head coach at Florida. So there are people out there who say, well, I don't think Strickland's going to want to hire Lane Kiffin because of the personality difference between those guys. And, yeah, but I don't see it that way. I see, look, if he was able to bring Dan Mullen in and work with Mullen, I think Strickland would be able to do the same thing with Kiffin. But Drinkwitz, yes. The rumor is that Drinkwitz really would like a big-time job, and he feels like he's ready for it. So that's going to be interesting.
Which one would you pick if it was up to you? Would you take Kiffin or Drinkwitz?
Kiffin. I believe Kiffin has matured, and I certainly think he's matured even more since Monty's passing. I think that really hit him hard. Really hit him a lot. Right. You know, he was in tears at SEC Media Days when he was asked a question about his dad after Monty's passing. But I think it hit him a lot harder than people think, and I think it's made him reflect on life. He's got a great family situation, granted, in Oxford. They've talked about that openly. Ryan McGee did a piece on that for ESPN, but I think, guys, make no mistake, they know Gainesville. They know the Gator culture because of his marriage, former marriage with Layla. They know all about the Gator culture and the Gator Nation.
Yeah. Right. Well, Mark, we'll call you next Wednesday at 8. I'll text you about that. We'll call you at 8 and visit with you. And you have a great week, and hopefully Texas will maybe the Gators can pull the big upset. Who knows? We shall see.
Hopefully it'll be a great game.
Yeah. All right, buddy. We appreciate you, Mark. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Mark. Bye-bye.
All right, get out today, J. Michael's Restaurant. Have that world-famous J. Michael's spaghetti. We'll be down there at 11. And don't forget, we're going to be Saturday night with the truck. The van's going to be down there giving out stuff. Come join us at the Lone Star Bull House. I'll get it right one day. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Have you ever wanted to reach out and smack someone?
Sit your ass down and shut up!
The new Sports Blitz. Rants, hot takes, and huge reactions are incoming.
You've got to have a bad game at some point.
Feel the burn.
This is unacceptable at the University of Alabama!
The Red 7T's studio line.
This could go 7 games.
850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida. Get in the game.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a gentle breeze out of the northeast, mostly sunshine and 86. Clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 72. Tomorrow, sunny and a moderate breeze right around 15 miles per hour with a high of 85. About the same at 83 Friday, and we'll have some sun. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida, Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore